Looks like a crown there. Someone asked me, why do you travel so much? Or what do you do while you're out there? Do you feel safe? I think I would be bored. Now I'd have to have someone come with me. Don't you miss your family? What do you eat when you're out there? And I came to realize that people are living for different reasons. Yeah. People are living for different reasons. I'm living for a different reason. And the more I travel, there's a saying that, wherever you go, there you are. The more I travel, the more I realize why I like traveling. I like the culture. I like the history. I like the new architecture. I like the new scenery. I like the vibe. I like meeting new people, trying new cuisine, learning about their history and the plight of what their peoples have been through, and not just immerse myself in the same American tragedy story that I have grown up in. Not only that, but I think after inviting my family for Sunday dinners for so often and not been able to get the 5 or 6 of them together, and trying to get cousins to come on vacations with me, and trying to get siblings to go on trips, and they can't because the kids are in school, or I don't have the time right now and I can't take off work, or I don't want to go there, or what are we going to do? And all of that becomes like, so I'm going to stay here and pay rent to still be there by myself, essentially. I'm going to still pay rent and not have time for friends because I'm working all the doggone time. I'm going to stay there and not be happy. I'm going to stay there and still not have the interaction. I'm going to stay there and still not get the community that I'm looking for. I'm going to stay there and have to be subjected to what other people's ideas of what living should be. I'm going to stay there and have to compete with you on what bag and what shoe you just got, what house you just redecorated, what new fangle dangle you got going on. And it can't just be happiness for the sake of happiness. It can't just be, I'm really excited to go to this function and to help each other grow, and not just be somewhere for the sake of trying to find happiness in a bar, in a club, at a networking event where no one's really doing anything but passing out business cards, to still not connect and do any business or send any customers your way, or even like something as simple and free as liking a post. Refuse to do it. If you've noticed, I have over 2,000 followers. At one point I had close to 3,000 a couple of years ago. I started just sloughing people off. The people that were just in there watching and not saying anything. The people that were putting negative comments for the sake of just, finding a way to try to dampen other people in the comments, or to dampen me even. I don't have any room, time, or space or tolerance for it. So my life is different. I think also I had my last client before I left the US this last time said to me, and it was a new client, but not a new person to me. I've been aware of this person. We hadn't physically met in person, but I knew people that he knew. And one of the questions was like, well, why are you traveling? Like, are you traveling by yourself? Like, are you in a relationship? Because I think that if my woman was traveling, I wouldn't be able to deal with that. And I just thought, still trying to figure out how to feel about that. Because my initial reaction was, oh, that's sad. And then I got a little perturbed by that, because I just thought, why would you want to restrict someone to not be moving around and not trying to do the things? I don't know that it's making me happy, because again, like I said, where you are, wherever you go, there you are. I'm happy already, but I find that being stuck in one place for the sake of what makes other people comfortable, and they're only comfortable with knowing that they can put your hands where I can see them, is how I always describe it. They're only comfortable knowing that you are where they left you. Yeah. Are you someplace that I can access you and know what you're doing? Because if you're unpredictable, maybe, or if I'm not able to pinpoint what your patterns are or what you'll do, then it makes me feel uncomfortable. It's almost kind of how that feels. I do get it in the sense of if you're in a relationship, you don't want to be away in a long distance relationship for 6 months to a year at a time where the person's just out in the world bopping around. I get that. Also, if I'm in a relationship, I don't know that I want to be out bopping around for 6 months to a year because I'm in a relationship. Does that make sense? Am I making sense at all? I believe that if I were in a relationship, I would be a little bit more settled, but I'm not going to sit and settle waiting for a relationship. I think that's the way I want to say that. But yeah, even if I get in a relationship, I don't want to be in a space where I'm stuck in the same house for 20 years, stressing over mortgage, foundation, replacing roofs in Texas, flooding, neighbors, and that whole thing. Like, yeah, owning a house, wonderful. Owning several houses, wonderful. For the sake of income and residuals, okay? For the sake of having land so that, in my older years, when I get ready to settle, I have something to come back to. But just to be there doing the same thing day in and day out, pulling into the garage, speaking to people that you don't like, that don't like you, they're just trying to see what you got going on in your place, okay? Did you get some new furniture? Who's coming to visit you? Listen, none of that feels appealing to me. None of it. None of that feels appealing. The world is so big, and God made so many things, so many delightful things for us to enjoy. God made so much terrain that if you just stay stuck in one place, how are you going to go see the elephant and bathe him? How are you going to feed him his bananas and bamboo shoots? And how are you going to climb the waterfalls? How are you going to be in the mountaintops, seeing structures that were built way, way, way in the cliffs? How are you going to do any of that? And for my people that are stuck in Dallas in particular, you are landlocked. You're not even near a beach or an ocean. I don't understand what the allure is. Yeah, family, yeah, community, yeah, your roots. But are you really seeing your family every week? And for those of you that had that, I think that's beautiful. I wanted that for a very long time. Didn't necessarily get it. I was the one that was going from each auntie's house and going to visit uncles and going to call. I'm the one initiating the calls for the cousins. I'm the one that's trying to get sisters and brothers together. I'm How many decades shall I do this? No. So whoever he is will have to just catch me on the go. What's the movie with Leonardo, Catch Me If You Can? Because if I got to sit down and wait for you to decide if you want to court me and if you want to date just me, if you want to still date the 12 to 20 people and you need, the attention of 20 different females. What am I, come and sit down there for what? What? I'm going to give up air cables and mountains and soft, beautiful sand in between my toes and gorgeous waterfalls that I can climb and beautiful elephants and temple tours and banana boat rides. I'm going to do the coconut forest. I'm going to give up all of that, sit in the nonsense of neglect and heartbreak. What? No, he has to be a champion. He has to be someone that is so lovely to be around because my life is lovely and I'm at peace. Yeah, and I'm not being put through the ringer, and I'm not being neglected and overlooked. I get so much love here from the locals, not just from men, because that's not even my focus of being over here. Like it's not my focus of being over here. My focus is like I'm connected with my sisters. They're giving me hugs. They're talking, exchanging things, want to show me how they make this, ask me how I make that. Like there's actual sense of community here because it's still important over here. It's still important over here that people connect and be together. And again, if you have that, great. I love that for you. That has not been the case. And I find that I struggle to get that in the US. I'll have a couple of connections here and there, but weird. They just become weird. And I don't know if it's a competition thing. I don't know if it's a I don't understand you thing. I don't know if it is I'm better than you, so we're gonna find a way to make you try to feel less than. I don't embarrass easy. I'm soft-hearted. So if I see that you're trying to treat me and be ugly, I'll just dismiss myself. Because I don't deserve that. I don't. Why are you doing that? That's not nice. That's very mean. And at the same time, I'm very direct and I'm very candid. So if you ask me something, I'm going to tell you the truth. And if I feel a way, you're going to hear about it. I'm not going to hold any of that in because that's not authentic. I need to tell you how I'm feeling so you can decide whether you like it or not. Or you can decide if you're going to stay or not. But you're going to have heard the truth that maybe no one else has divulged to you. Not mean-spirited, but very direct. And what I said is what I meant. So if I can't be all of me, then I don't need to be there because I'm done with the pretentious thing. I'm done with doing things because it'll impress you or it feels like this is going to put me on a different status or it's going to put me in a different position in your mind. I'm going to have to fight to keep you as a friend. I'm going to have to fight to keep you as a client. I have just opted out. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. I'll see my family the same holidays that I see them normally when I'm staying there paying the $1,800 to $2,500 worth of rent a month. I might as well take that $1,800 to $2,500 of rent every month and live off of that for 3 to 6 months somewhere else and actually be happy and actually be taking in beautiful and wonder and exquisite and nature and health and fresh air. And sometimes even if it's not fresh air, put your mask on, get up to the mountains, get your fresh air up there. I'm done fighting for it in that way. No intentions on not living life or discontinuing life. No intentions. I love myself. I love the life that I get to live. I love the people I get to meet. I love the people that are still genuinely around and still loving and still keep in touch and not just me reaching out to keep in touch with them. I love all of those things. But listen, let me share something. I've dated a couple times before I started doing all of this traveling. I think maybe some of that also was if I'm being honest, some of the catalysts for me traveling. Because I've had 2 or 3 prominent men that are middle-aged, should be mature, should be men. I want to say middle-aged, mature men. Should be men, should be mature. That have told me after spending some time and after moving into serious phases of the relationship that have just in casual conversation said, yeah, I had to do that, or I had to say that, or I had to be that way to bring you down a notch or two because you think too highly of yourself. And I'm like, me? What do I even have to, what do I have? What are you talking about? You here with your millions, you here with all of your several businesses, and these are 2 separate people. You without the third person, you with all of your businesses and all of your social media clout. You with all of your notoriety and fame around the world. You had to bring me down a peg or 2 because I'm happy, because I enjoy my work, and because I want to share some good things that have happened. And so that is threatening you that I'm happy and fulfilled. Hadn't even reached the pinnacle of success yet. I'm just so my happiness and trying to share with you sounds like bragging. Sounds like I'm trying to be above where you are in business, and you're the one that's making the millions. What? Help me, huh? I'm so confused for you. And if you confuse me, I don't want it. What are you talking about? So sit down there and be there for what? So, yeah. And we're not just talking about American men. We're talking about men from another country, 2 other countries as well. Yeah, this is the mindset. I just simply put, I put it in the state of put your hands where I can see them. Like, well, why do you want to go over there? No, why don't you just come here and be with me and make me food and wash my clothes and rub my back? So where's the fulfillment and joy for me again? What? I need to come serve you in order for you to be happy. But where's the fulfillment? It's just my happiness should be in sitting in your house to serve you. And the person that offered that was a person without means. So even more. What are you talking about? What? I won't be able to travel. I won't be able to go and meet other people. I'll have to sit in this house and wait for you to get off of your 12-hour shift, and you may or may not feel like going out because now you're exhausted and tired of dealing with people. So I need to sit with your grumpiness and have your meal done and rub your feet and run your bath water. All of those things I love doing when I'm happy and fulfilled and when it's reciprocal. But you sound like you're looking for skilled labor for no pay and restriction and lockdown. Yeah. So yeah, I'm enjoying being abroad. I'm enjoying being able to move around, to meet people, to enjoy the rooms I'm in, not to be in competition with anything or anybody, but just being my loving, happy self. And I'm able to do that in Thailand. I'm able to do that in the other places that I've been in Southeast Asia, but more so in Thailand. I'm able to be that because the people are just genuinely excited to speak, to talk, to practice their English, to learn about who you are, how they can make you comfortable. And after many, 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 many years of serving other people and making them happy, making them comfortable and shrinking back, I feel like I deserve that to be poured on and lavished on me now. So if you had that question, that's what it is right now. I would love to be in a relationship for those that are asking, but don't that minimal thing of, hey, how you doing? What you doing? What's up? What? I bore. Come in with no plan, very minimal conversation. You don't want to go anywhere. You don't want to do anything. I don't want to say too much. I met a couple in one of these countries that I was traveling to. And I just wanted to pull my hair. She wanted to go and explore and do things. And he was like, nah, I'm just settled and I don't want to do nothing. I'm just content to sit at home and play my PlayStation and watch TV. Oh my dear God. So you don't want to go to, I get it, you don't have to do the festival, but you don't want to go, there's so many things to do, so many small, you go to a museum that's nice and quiet, walk around. You can go to the mountains and ride the cable car. You can go just look at the waterfall. You can just go and look at the elephant. You could just go and watch the train go by. You don't want to do none of that. You want to sit in the hotel. The same thing you could be doing when you're sitting back in your, I almost said the city and state. You already do that. You spent thousands to come here and get, or maybe 8,000 to get a hotel in your flight to sit down in the hotel. Father and all of creation. What are you saying to me? I don't even understand the English you're speaking. Me don't speak of the English. What? What did you say? Lady, I'm so sorry. God, and if that's what it means to be in a relationship and be married to someone now, I'm not gonna be able to do it, because that would just, I'd be like, no, let's go and sign the papers today. I can't. Literally, boredom equals death. What are you talking about? Sit in the house, and we're in a whole different country on the other side of the world with all this culture and amazing things to discover, and you want to sit? Ooh, where's the paper? Where's the paper? I'm not gonna be. Now, if we're creating a grand life where we're going out and we're venturing together locally, fine. Let's go to a museum. Let's go to overlook a cliff. Let's go to the beach. Let's, you know, I don't know. I don't know what people do there. What did I used to do? I used to take boat rides. I used to go to the lake. I used to go hiking. Didn't do any zip lining. I did try to get on an air balloon. The weather didn't permit. Going to the river. Had someone that wanted to take me on a picnic and go fishing. Like, there's things that you could be doing, but to sit in the house and watch TV day in and day out for now till eternity, till death do us part. Yeah. We're going to part sooner than death. What? No. Huh? And then we got to factor in the other stuff. You got to learn how to live with another human. And if that human is already miserable and boring and don't know how to do nothing for themselves and useless, and they can't hear you when you talk. You've asked 1,000 times for something, the door's still falling off the hinges. You've asked 1,000 times for something, and they're still talking to you a certain way and won't change it. Like, why would you? This wasn't supposed to be that kind of tangent, but that seems to be everybody's question. So let's talk about it. Okay? Let's talk about it. Because I love being in love. I love being in a relationship. I love being with the right man in the right season. And the moment that it becomes when they start doing all of that, because now they're comfortable and they feel like you're just gonna take whatever nonsense. It's like, most women have given guys, 2, 3, 5 chances. Even the ones you cut off the first time that come back. And you're just like, why? Why would I do this again? You're still the same exact person. Yeah, you're going to put on airs and pretend until I get comfortable. And then here you go again. Here you go. It's just in you. It's in you. It's in you. So I don't know who it's going to take. And I don't know where he'll be. But right now I'm just content to, we can maybe have a dinner, but even then I don't want to sit and listen to nonsense. I don't want to have you accidentally on purpose keep putting your forearm against my top parts and accidentally sliding your arm down this place and pushing your junk up against my knee and being all in my face. Get out of my face. I'm trying to enjoy what's happening here in the place. And you're trying to take up all of my attention because you're so insecure with other people trying to get my attention and the people that are coming up to speak to me and just say hello and to want to take pictures, and you're just beside yourself trying to make sure everyone knows that we're together. And all of that's cool and fine, but there's a line of insecurity there that's being crossed. Like, relax, bro. He's going to have to be confident, kind, and considerate. He's going to have to be competent. He's going to have to be intelligent. He's going to have to be already stable and established and very well secure in who he is. Not the abusive way, not the insecure, possessive way. Yeah, you can show love, but there's if I could just share 1 or 2 stories. Y'all be like, what? Yes. And it's not even an anomaly. It's not even an isolated thing. Most of us women have experienced these types of creeps, weirdos, and insecure boys in a man's body. We've you guys are exhausting. Who would sign up to sit in the house and be there? Doing that day in and day out. And everybody wants to think that they're different. Well, no, I'm not like them. Yeah, I date you for 3 months. You'll be exactly like them. Exactly. You know? And I haven't found anything different, unfortunately, in my many decades now of living. I wish it were different. I keep hoping that it's different. I've even tried being not myself because I'm very, my daughter calls me a vibrant. And I don't know what that means in psychology terms. Baby, you can look it up. I come in, my energy fills the room. I'm excited. I'm talking to people. I'm social butterfly. I've even gone to the side of let me just be quiet and kind of dim my light, to be honest with you. Let you shine, support you, got my eyes on because you're steady looking back to make sure I'm watching you do your thing. Oh, God. I've done that too. And even then, people still will come up to me and you still misbehave and show your behind in public. Different people. Even when I am quiet, people still want to, okay, who are you? Who are you? You look familiar. That still happens to me. Even if I'm quiet, even if I'm dressed down, even if I'm not doing the most, with or without makeup. Like now, I have no makeup. You know? I'm just trying to be normal. The fact that I'm trying to alter my approaches to see what's going to work and what's going to make people comfortable is already a problem. So I can't be vibrant and I can't be quiet. What am I supposed to do? But be in another country enjoying myself, being who I am, and have the absolute agency over my day. Carte blanche to do what I would like to be doing. Yes? Okay, all mine's clear. So I feel like there's so many other things that I could say, but y'all get the point. Y'all get the point. Life before traveling was a blessing. Let me not say that. It was a blessing. I had some amazing seasons. I had some heartbreaks. I had some high points. I had some amazing wins and some amazing adventures and met some beautiful, wonderful people. Been there, done that. Not saying that I won't do it again, because I have intentions for my G babies. I want them to travel and see things that not settle for whatever that is that's happening right now, the crumble that's happening that we can all see. It's inevitable. I want them to see that there's other places to be, other cultures to enjoy, other life to be blessed with, to enjoy. I want them to see that. I just don't know that I'm going to settle and be there to the end of time. Good Lord may say different. But he says he's given us all good things to enjoy. Yeah? He made this whole earth. He didn't just make wherever you are. He didn't just make Florida. He didn't just make California. He didn't just make Denver. Denver code. That's the inside thing. God was trying to get his visa to come over here. And he said, where are you going? Instead of him saying Denver, Colorado, because he'd only seen it written Denver with the state. Anyway, abbreviated. He kept saying Denver code. And they told him, no, you can't come in because you don't know where you're going. Denver code. Anyway, I need to shampoo my hair. I've been at this beach and I've been sweating in this Vietnam heat for 2 days. Like it just ramped up all of a sudden. We were like at 30, was it 30? Did the man say 35 or 39? It's stupid hot. That's Celsius. Look that up. Whew, it was hot. And I was drenched and my clothes are drenched. So now I feel like I need to shampoo my scalp. Anyway, I'm all over the place. If that's for you, stay tuned. I have so much more to say. If it's not for you, later for you, because we already had enough of you anyway. We don't care, okay? We don't care about your opinion. If you don't let people be who they're going to be and allow them to just be free and flowing. If you just need somebody to be a robot and be the same thing all the time, always smiling, always happy, always accepting whatever bullcorn you give them and put on their plate, then go over there with the people pleasers. We ain't got it for you over here. All right. See y'all. Love to those who love me. Bye.